A lot of older style door bolts can become loose over time, meaning the pins can fall out and the keys are easily lost. A solid new Patio bolt will help sort that out. Now in this situation, I've got an older style door bolt. The pin's pretty loose on it and that keeps falling out, and also we've lost the key. So what we're going to do is pull that off and replace it with a new one. Okay, so I'm just going to pop off the old one first, pull out the old bolt. That comes out pretty nice and easy. And then we just take these little locking little caps off and we just pop the top one out. So you can see the screws there. We're just going to back those out with a battery drill. So I'm just going to prep my lock that we're going to install. To do that, I'm just going to remove this little cover plate, nice and gently, remove that with a screwdriver, one on either end, pop that open, and then we're just going to turn the pin here until it hits the flat spot and pull that out. Now because we're actually going to use the existing hole that's in our jamb, so what I'm going to do before I put any screws in, I'm just going to make sure that our new pin is lining up with our hole. And it's actually looking pretty damn good. So I might just put a pencil mark there and then fix that in place. So I'll put the lock back on my pencil mark and then just place my first screw in. You can also pre-drill these holes with a 3.2mm drill bit if you like. So I've only got one screw in, I'm just going to test it just to make sure everything's lining up. That's looking really good. So also just want to double check that the lock is also sitting parallel with our side of our door. That's actually looking pretty damn good there. So now I just put in my second screw. Let's slip our pin back in. Put our cover plate back on. Okay, so we're just about finished. We're going to test that out. Now that's locking nicely. Okay, everything's working really nice. The only thing I have to deal with now is the bolt hole. So I'm just going to pull that back out, open up the door and remove that old cover plate, and I'm going to replace that with a new one. Now if you were installing this from scratch, slide your bolt up nice and firm. That's going to leave a mark on the jamb. Open the door up and drill a 13mm hole where it's left that impression. Now all we have to do is install the new one. So all we have to do now is test that. Okay, nice and safe and secure. Now just repeat the process for the one down the bottom. If you are installing these from scratch on a set of French doors, just remember to install them on the last closing door.